How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today I'm really excited. I have something pretty fun to show you guys, and that is this book called The Unsound. So basically, I had a little bit of extra free time, and I was walking around my local comic book shop, and I said, I want to find a good new horror book. And I was searching around and looking through all their stuff, and I found this book, Unsound by Cullen Bunn and Jack T. Cole. Now, Cullen Bunn, I knew, of course, he famously did The Empty Man. On this channel, I had also reviewed Phantom of the Scan, which I thought was pretty fun. Jack T. Cole, you look on the back and it says he's done a web comic, but other than this, he's pretty much a newcomer. And to be honest, his artwork is what sold me on the book. I mean, I liked the idea of a Cullen Bunn book, and that got me to pick it up. But then flipping it open and seeing this artwork, I'm like, okay, this has to be the book I pick up. So many books that I flipped through, I wanted a horror book, and the artwork was so boring and standard. This is big and trippy and insane. I really love this. This is also from Boom Studios. I've covered a bunch of Boom stuff. James Wan's Malignant Man, and of course the Big Trouble in Little China comics. So they're a studio that puts out a lot of stuff I like. Anyway, this book is about an orderly on her first day at the job in an asylum. However, a mysterious force sets off all the residents there. And one of the patients, named Xerxes, a mysterious man in a mask, says, hey, if you want to get out safely, follow me through the hospital's underground basement. I know a secret way out. But when they get down there, they find that it's a sort of alternate world. Think The Further or The Upside Down, but very crazy and abstract. And when they get down there, they find that maybe it was safer up top with the patients. It's very much like Alice in Wonderland. If you guys are big fans of Alice in Wonderland, definitely do yourself a favor and check this book out. It is a really fun book, and I got into this knowing nothing about it. I saw the names, and I saw the artwork on the inside, and I'm like, okay, I gotta check this out. And I was really pleasantly surprised. It is a very fun, very abstract story. Now, if you guys aren't into weird abstract things, like there is a few cases of, a few weird dreamlike moments that don't necessarily add up 100%, if you guys don't like that, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you guys like the weird and surreal, definitely check this book out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this book. I will be talking a little bit about the plot, but I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers. I do want to say my piece on a few plot points, and make sure you guys have a basic understanding as to what this book's about. But, no major spoilers, so let's crack this thing open. I do love the title page here. Look at all those razor blades. Lime green gives you a sense of the colors here. And then, there we are. The opening credits, written by Cullen Bunn, illustrated by Jack T. Cole. Note how it says illustrated and not pencils by. He actually must have done the inks and the colors as well. That's really cool. And then we get an illustration of the Mother of Blades. More on her in a little bit. Anyway, we flip it open. The chapter heading is here. This is a 6-issue story, so full length. And we get to meet this young nurse, Ashley, on her way to work. It's her first day working at the asylum. She gets there, and there's one lazy guard who just kind of lets her in. And there's the image of the full place there. And she goes to the reception. There's no one there. And she finds a razor. Turns out someone's been scattering razor blades all around the hospital as some sort of weird joke, and these may have a significance to our main lead. But she meets her boss, and her boss takes her to show her around. She gets to meet a few of the other characters there. Flip to a page where you can see them. You get this girl who says that she's a drug addict, but she's not really insane. She belongs somewhere, but not there. And you kind of wonder, what's her story? And then she, of course, gets an orderly friend to talk to, this guy with the glasses. But you also get this mysterious set of 3 of the hospital's operators, 3 of the guys that are, like, the head of the hospital. And then you see this more abstract shot of them with the teeth and stuff. That's one thing I love with this abstract art, is sometimes characters can kind of look a little weird all of a sudden. But after that, we do get this shot of 3 patients that are going to be staring at her. And that is sort of a motif, is there's going to be a bunch of sets of 3 strange characters in this book. And then, of course, you also get this shot where her manager is taking pills, and she's not 100% sure if she's allowed to do that. But while she's putting the card away, we meet the book's one of the book's most interesting characters, Xerxes here. And Xerxes, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, he's got a paper plate that he's using as a mask, and you can see he flips it upside down. And then he opens up his eyes, and she's not 100% sure if she saw that, right? And he wanders off. But the cool thing with Xerxes is they say he's a John Doe. Nobody knows who he really is. But what happened with this hospital is it was poorly managed and shut down for a long, long time until it opened up again and once again became poorly managed. But he says he's a patient from the hospital before it was closed, but he's clearly not old enough to be that guy. So is he really a patient from back then? Is he really, like, what's with this trick he can do with his eyes, you know? What is up with Xerxes? A very interesting, mysterious figure, and a really fun paper plate mask for him to be wearing there. Anyway, later on, her first day at the job, she has these flashes to all the crazy things she saw throughout the day, and then all of a sudden she turns around and she is she's attacked, well, kind of cornered by these 3 patients, and they're talking about a bunch of vague and mysterious things. You can see here they're saying a gown of red, and then they also start to talk about the prince and the mother of blades. So a couple mysterious figures who we haven't met yet. What are they, and what are they talking about? Well, after this, it turns out Xerxes comes and saves her, sends her away, and she talks to the boss, and they're not 100% sure who these patients are. But as she's talking to the boss, we see something is aggravating the people at the asylum, and they're starting to misbehave. And also the boss is like, hey, calm down, you can take a pill. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. But while they're talking, the patients are going out of control. There's a vague, mysterious force that is driving them insane. And here's what I call the razor party scene. And they're all starting to riot. The manager comes in and tells them what's going on, says, we need to go. And, of course, they barely get out in time. They all start to chase them. And that's, of course, when Xerxes shows up again and says, I can help you guys get out. You need to follow me. You need to trust me. And he starts to hand out more of his paper plate mask and says, you need these to see, and you also can't be seen in the world down there. Like, we don't want anyone seeing your face. And you see you go through these eyes, and it's kind of got a green tint. And then he shows the door to the basement, which looked like that earlier. But when they put on the mask, it looks like this, and that's pretty cool. So they go in there and they're going to be on the run, and that's when a lot of the surreal stuff happens, and I don't want to spoil too much beyond that point, but look at this big 2-page spread here. This spiraling staircase, a mannequin with a skull on it, all these lights just hanging down. It is really cool when we get in here, and I'll try to find a few cool images that don't spoil the book too much. Like here's this shot of the first person who takes off her mask, and these guys with cages on their head come and pull her away. And yeah, some cool moments there. And then you also get like a scene later where they get captured by the lead guy, and they're forced to have a weird form of therapy. So they're all kind of in the group there. But yeah, there's a bunch of weird and crazy scenes, you know? Now, you do get a few moments that are a little weird. Like I said, there's kind of a dream logic where, you know, they go through the big door and, like, they see the person getting yanked away, and you think, okay, that would be enough. But then, like, her manager sees that there's a window, and they're like, we're supposed to be in the undergrounds of the asylum. Why would there be a window underground? And I'm like, you're worried about that now? Like, you just saw someone get yanked away by 3 cage-head people. I don't think I'd be too concerned with a window underground. But anyway, while there is some dream logic and surreal moments in here, more actually adds up towards the end of the book than you'd think. And you do get to find some pretty crazy revelations out about a few of our characters. Yeah, a few characters that go down there are just kind of cannon fodder characters, but there are some really interesting ones, and some interesting backstories, especially the main character's backstory is not at all what I thought it would be. Really, really interesting, surreal stuff, and it really does build up and get bigger to a big, insane Alice in Wonderland finale where really it does get a lot bigger with bigger implications than you'd think towards the end. But overall, I love this book. I love the art. I love the crazy Alice in Wonderland-esque plot. Again, if you guys are fans of Alice in Wonderland, check this book out. But I love the plot, I love the art, I love the colors, and it's just crazy going into the unknown, and I definitely would recommend it. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you guys want to see more from me, you can click there and see more. That'll probably be my horror comics playlist. If you want to see me talk about more horror comics, you can find them right there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.